Calling the regular city council meeting to order at 7 p.m. Today is February 10th, 2026. We'll start with pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Johnson,
Here.
Alderman Montoya.
Here.
Alderman Ruthenberg,
Here.
Alderman Fairwell,
Here.
Alderman McGee. Alderman Carr. Here. Alderman Roll.
Here.
6 present, Your Honor.
Okay, we have quorum. Next, we need a motion to approve the minutes from January 27th, 2026. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Flesh, second by Alderman Johnson on the question. Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Johnson,
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Ruthenberg,
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
6 ayes, Your Honor.
Carries. Next, we have a motion to approve minutes from January 22nd, committee of the whole meeting. Is there a motion? Alderman Fairwell, second by Alderman Carr on the question. Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Johnson,
Aye.
Alderman Montoya,
Aye.
Alderman Ruthenberg,
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell,
Aye.
Alderman Carr,
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
6 ayes, Your Honor.
Motion carries. Public comment. As a reminder, the public comment period is not a time for dialogue. The purpose of the public comment period is for the mayor and aldermen of the city to receive input from their community. It is in fact a one-way communication with the city council. The city's administration and department heads are available for discussion after the meeting. Is there any public comment?
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Alderman. Hello, it's good to see you guys. I passed out a quick bio of myself to you guys earlier. I would like for you guys to look over it. I'm not here to gloat on myself. I'm not really one to enjoy a spotlight on me, but I would like you guys to know where I'm coming from, where I'm from, and where I'm going. So please read it, look over it. If you could focus down to the bottom of the bio, though, I sort of hint, I say that I'm suggesting that my hometown should prioritize human well-being over financial incentives and poorly thought out solutions. What I mean by poorly thought out solutions is in reference to you guys as the city has suggested a $5,000 relocation stipend for our residents. I don't know, there was basically, I feel like there's been no comprehensive thought in any truthfully of what's going on at our park and what's happening. The sale of the park, we brought a potential purchaser to you guys. And it looks like this is not going to happen. So we most likely have to vacate the park and vacate soon. What I'm worried about, what we are worried about in the park is that we're going to get next to nothing to help relocate any of our residents. So I'm here today because I thought I would have today a comprehensive plan that I will get it to you guys hopefully tonight. That can show us where we can get money from to basically help the residents out. Other cities have done it, other municipalities have done it. And it just shows like basically everybody in our park pays between $730 and $750 a month in rent. And that's organic, meaning nobody gets any Section 8, there's no vouchers, it's all paid, there's no help there. So for any family to go outside of our park to find a comparable apartment or anything, it's next to impossible. So I suggest, and you guys will see that we should cover the rent gap for the next 2 years from what they're paying now to what a standard 2-bedroom apartment would cost in Blue Island area. And like I said, I'll send it over to you guys. I would like for you guys to seriously sit down and think about how we can all do it. I understand that the city does not have an obligation to do it. I understand you guys there's no laws that say you guys have to do it. I know you guys have other jobs. I have a job. We all have jobs. We all have second lives. We have families. But what I'm asking for you guys is, if this is the time for everybody to start, just put a little bit more effort into it. This is the time. I'm here now because it's been a lot of work so far, and I'm just asking if the city can help out a little bit more than you guys have been. And like I said, I will bring a comprehensive plan to you guys that's logical, that makes sense, and it's rational. And I'm looking forward to some help for that. Again, that's my bio. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the email I send out. Let me stress this out too. My top priority is to keep the park a community. We cannot stay in the park. If we cannot rebuild, if we can't redevelop, then let's get some relocation assistance. So that's important. Priority, keep it a community. I also want to point out real quick that if the city, I don't understand why the zoning was allowed for so long. Why the water bill was allowed to accumulate so much. There's just a lot of things we can do to make up for where we're at. And I usually come prepared, but this is freestyle, so I'll stop here. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. Hope to talk to you guys more about the details. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
You could go. Good evening, everyone. I'm coming on a different note. I'm not a resident here. My name is Dwight McTizzick. I'm the outreach coordinator for a nonprofit organization called the Cook County Southland Juvenile Justice Council. And my job and my new position is to come out to make the village aware, the city aware of the services that we have to offer for the youth and your community. We have a lot of alternative programs. We have job readiness programs. We have our family trauma induced programs that help families that deal with traumas, and it's all nonprofit and at no cost to you. This is my first time out, so I don't know how do I get everything to you guys, and I'm just looking to form a partnership for whatever events or progress or programs that you have that we can assist in, and it's no cost to you guys or your village. We just want to make ourselves known and try to develop some type of partnership, and I didn't know who do I need to speak to that's involved or in charge of your community programs or things that you have going on in the community. That's it.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
To justice, I'm short. Good evening. Some of you may know me. I'm Debbie Perry, Blue Island resident for the last 47 years, and I am a volunteer with the Blue Island Stray Dog Project for the last 3. I'm coming before you this evening to speak on behalf of the Blue Island Stray Dog Project. You all should have an article called Puppy Love that Brianne had made copies of. This article was written by one of our board members, Natalie Cotelis. This was featured in the Beverly neighborhood pamphlet and Oak Lawn as well. So just a little bit about where we started from and how far we've come. The Blue Island Stray Dog Project began at the end of 2018 when a member of the Blue Island Police Department contacted a woman involved in dog rescue to assist what Blue Island, as well as a bulk of Illinois, were experiencing the influx of stray dogs. What began as a very small initiative funded and run by a handful of volunteers has exploded into an Illinois licensed non-for-profit 503c3, helping hundreds of stray dogs in the Blue Island area. The Blue Island Stray Dog Project handles the care of all dogs brought into the Blue Island Police Department. They evaluate, they get the dog listed on Lost Dogs of Illinois, promote on social media, provide vetting, include vaccinations, spay, neutered, and chipped. They have 3 shifts daily where dogs are walked, fed, offered enrichment, taken to fenced backyards for off-leash time, car rides with volunteer sleepovers, adventures, as well as transporting for vetting, grooming, meet and greets, and so much more. These are all volunteers that do this. Once the dog is off their stray hold and there's no owner was claimed them, they seek rescues, fosters, and adopters. They have transferred hundreds into reputable rescues as well as found wonderful, loving adoptive homes. The dog will stay with the Blue Island Stray Dog Project until transferred or adopted can be conducted. The group consists of over 45 volunteers from various neighborhoods in and around Blue Island. Several volunteers have come having extensive background experience with dogs, while others are newbies to the rescue. There's no experience, it's no problem. We will get you trained and we will get them shadowed for as long as needed so that they can help the program. The Blue Island dogs brought in the program are dogs of all breeds, colors, and sizes. They have pit bulls, German shepherds, as well as shih tzus, chihuahuas, plus everything in between. We don't discriminate. In 2025, they had over 100 dogs brought into the facility. Of those dogs, they transferred 35 to rescues, found adopted homes for 34, and the rest were returned to owners. The Blue Island Stray Dog Project operates solely on financial contributions. They host several fundraising events throughout the year, with their biggest in September at Rock Island Public House on Old Western. 100% of contributions go directly to the care of the dogs. Last year alone, we spent over $30,000 in bedding. So as you can see, we've come a long way. 2018 till now, we are finally a non-for-profit. We worked really hard on doing that. We are going to be having some other fundraisers coming up. The next one that we're in the works of is a candlelight bowl that we're going to have at Eagles. The date is to come probably the end of March or beginning of April. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody here for supporting us and taking care of these stray dogs. Without our group and without the help from the city, who knows where these dogs would be. Thank you very much.
Any other public comment? Moving on, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence. We recently lost Rick Fisk, who was over a 50-year volunteer in the Blue Island Untouchables and Blue Island Little League. His wake's going to be this Friday. Institution in the volunteer sports in town here. So I ask for a moment of silence. Thank you. Again, his wake's this Friday at Hickey on R27th Street. I'm going to hold on the proclamation. I think we're a little premature to the March meeting. And that's what they're going to come with.
Comment that, Alderman McGee entered at 7:03.
Thank you. And I believe Blue Cat is coming to the meeting on March 10th, so we'll hold for that meeting while they're here. Under Mayor's report, we have a motion to approve payroll dated January 30th, 2026 for the amount of $445,687.08. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Carr, seconded by Alderman Montoya. On the question, clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Ruthenberg.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell. Aye. Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
7 ayes, your honor.
Motion carries. Next, we need a motion to approve accounts payable dated February 11th, 2026, the amount of $839,636.25. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Fairwell, second by Alderman Roll. On the question, Alderman Roll.
I just noticed that, this particular AP run had a lot of, ESOP grant payouts, which, I think it's a great program. If anything, I'd like to discuss maybe expanding it. So I was wondering if the council could be provided with a report to a future meeting that just shows, participation, this year to date.
Thank you. Any other question? Yeah. Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Ruthenberg.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
7 ayes.
Motion carries. The next one, we already voted on, but there was some changes, slight changes in the language. Again, for the pharmacy located at the old motor bank. So it's an ordinance from the city of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois, authorizing and approving the execution of a purchase and sale agreement by and between the city and PharmaScripts Incorporated. Is there a motion? Alderman Johnson, second by Alderman Carr on the question. Alderman Roll, then Alderman McGee.
Thank you, Mayor. I did just have a question. I noticed that the agreement provides for quite a bit of, documentation, from PharmaScript, specifically to ensure they have adequate finances and that they have to submit, I think like a project plan essentially. Do we have that paperwork in hand, and is there a guarantee for a time frame? Just to, given that we're selling it for $1, so that there's no.
I believe yes for both, and the attorney's looking at, I think 60 or 120 days I read in there. Double check.
One change in this agreement was that we included a 30-day due diligence period that was previously undefined. the majority of the language stayed the same, but you're asking whether or not, there is paperwork in hand for what, Alderman Rowe?
Just cited a couple of the requirements in this agreement. One of them, is the proof of financing. I think it has to be provided maybe at time of signing, so I was just wondering if that had been submitted yet. Or if the city has reviewed any, proposal for timeline. When were they be planning to, build this facility, I guess?
So I do not believe that the proof of financing, I have not seen that yet. And in terms of the plans, I do not believe they've been submitted yet, but I do believe there's a deadline for them.
Yeah, I've seen rough stuff at the building department, but nothing official. They were sending architects and stuff in the building. But rest assured, we're not gonna give away a building or claw it back without providing what's in the contract.
Is there an upper bound though for construction, like, 4 years, 5 years, something like that, just so it doesn't, sit empty after the deal goes through? Or if not, would it be reasonable to add one?
Yeah, if there isn't one in there, I think it would be reasonable to add. I'd have to look at this and let you know.
Are there any time constraints? Can we table it just to make sure that we have a time constraint provision that's not onerous, to the farm script? If not, I'd like to motion that we do just.
So it says within 60 days, they have to do the monetary part of the agreement. I know I read in here, Alderman, that, yeah, the time is the essence because I guess, the lawyer's been going back and forth for quite a few months now. We did this in October. I do know, I read the timeline in here. You put me on the spot here to try to find it again. The 60 days for the monetary part of it, they have to provide that within 60 days of closing.
If I could just, I also was looking for it, I was concerned similarly, because usually when we do this, it's like they got 1 year to start construction or something, I didn't see anything like that in here. I might have missed it too, but I didn't see it.
The only thing on the agenda, I'm saying I'm gonna read,
Yeah, give me just a minute or two.
Thank you.
I'd like to answer the questions. If not, then I would agree.
So they have to provide section 30.06. They have to provide a project schedule no later than 30 days after the execution date. So within 30 days, we would have a definitive guideline for their project.
Sure, but there's nothing that would prevent them from saying that proposal they put before you is a 10-year start date, though, right? And I think that's what I'd like to just ensure, is that whatever proposal they put forth, that it's, within the next few years. I think that goes hand in hand with the proof of financing. So, I mean, it shouldn't be onerous.
Alderman Roll, I'm so sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, no worries. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, thank you. We're not closing unless they provide all the stuff in there. That's a 30 days, the due diligence period, same that we did with Amtrak and Rail Link. So we're not closing until they provide everything to us.
But what they provide does not include a cap on time.
Well, But within that 30-day time frame, Alderman, they would have to provide a schedule. If that schedule is not agreeable, then we don't have a deal.
So what would be?
But so I think maybe setting parameters around what's agreeable might be a good thing for this council to provide voice to. That we have this for.
Because it would seem like we're opening ourselves to possible lawsuit for that specific.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
You're
right.
I'm getting older,
So it would not open us up to liability in any way, shape, or form, because we wouldn't have to close if we didn't agree on the length of time they're proposing to do the project. Once we see what their project is going to be, usually the building department will look at it, and they're very knowledgeable as to how long something should or should not take. If these people, who are really urging us to try to get to closing, decide to take 10 years to construct their business, the building department wouldn't approve that, we wouldn't approve that. So I think we're putting up barriers here potentially to getting this agreement signed and things moving forward.
I get it, but it does seem a little loose, because I know like in the past, when we have made these types of agreements, we have specified that you have, 6 months to start your work and you have 2 years to complete it or whatever.
Alderman, I have no reason to, we can add that as an addendum to this motion now, and similar to what we've done with every other property we've sold. It saves time, and if it's more constructive, I'll stay with the more restrictive one, or the 6 months to a year. 6 months for building plans and permits, and 1 year for construction, like we've done with the houses, if you're amenable to that.
Thank you, Mayor. That would be my ask. I
Yeah.
recognize it's an additional barrier, but even if you are selling the property for $1, I think that is.
Yeah.
And if they don't like it, they want to come back and negotiate something a little more loose, we can, but why don't we start there? Also, I'm sorry.
It says here that they're not, within 3 years. They should certify completion has to be within 3 years, that's under the 3.13. But you're right, let's add the language, make it very clear in here. 6 months for the permits, 1 year for the plan of construction.
Thank you.
All right.
You have a question?
Yeah, no, my question was answered, that you said, that we had discussed this back in October. Right?
Everything, yeah, we did. The only thing we wanted to protect the city more by adding additional language in, and we did not agree to any tax incentives or anything for that. That was part of the reason why they're getting it for $1. Same thing we did with the Wintrust Bank. They're getting free land or free building. We're not giving any tax incentives. Alderman Fairwell, do you have a question?
Just a couple minor things. So it says that, legal described in Exhibit A. I don't think I saw it, but that's just a legal description.
Yeah, the
Okay.
plat survey and stuff.
And Exhibit B is a preliminary site plan. I didn't see an Exhibit B. I don't know if it is a preliminary site plan, so.
I know I've seen a preliminary site plan, but it wasn't included in there. They actually showed it to us when we talked about it in committee in October. They had the different stations for the air therapy and stuff like that on there. So they have already submitted that. Alderman Johnson.
Yes, Mayor. I know that our inspections and for permits and things like that, because of lack of manpower. But what if they go, is it wiggle room for that, or is it somebody that's gonna be concentrating on, getting those permits pushed through, for 6 months?
I think there's any issue, they bring it up to us like we've had in the past with Wintrust and other issues. Most of the issues is not internal. I'll say it right now, because Gregory's an IDOT road. Wintrust is waiting on 1 permit from IDOT. They've been waiting for months.
Right, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah. So we're gonna have to I'll bring it back to the council and say, we're waiting for months here. IDOT hasn't approved anything yet.
Okay.
So I do know that one for sure because they keep calling. Any other questions regarding this one? Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Johnson,
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Ruthenberg,
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman McGee,
As amended.
As amended, yes.
Alderman Carr,
Aye.
Alderman Roll. 7 ayes.
Motion carries. I mentioned at the last meeting, but I wanted to reflect it in the agenda also. I need a motion to reappoint the current civil service commissioners to the new board of police and fire commissioners, which is Jim Clinton, Greg Robinson, and Kevin McKinney. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Carr, second by Alderman Johnson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's all I have under here. City clerk?
Yes. We will still be taking applications for the Hometown Heroes. We're at 72 as of today. Black History Movie Night will be sponsored by the city, the library, and the Park District. It's every Friday at the John D. Reader Rec Center from 7 to 9. It is free. We are also hosting a hot shot in John D. Reader Rec Center, February 23rd at 7 o'clock, and there's prizes. And Black History Awards Luncheon is February 27th at 1 o'clock. July 4th is our birthday celebration. It's on its way, teaming up in the Blue Island Park District. The parade kicks off at noon with several new bands. The party is in the park after the parade at 3 o'clock. There will be fireworks are at dusk. Jay Getner from Backday Band. Did I say that right, guys?
Yep.
Tony Sawyer is the DJ. We'll have a beer garden. There'll be a Bounce City play area for kids, craft and food vendors. And if you'd like more information, you can stop by the clerk's office or the Park District. And we're gaining more people every day in that. So, yeah.
Thank you, City Treasurer.
I need a motion for the January 2026 treasurer's report.
Motion. Alderman Ruthenberg, second by Alderman McGee on the question. Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Johnson,
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Ruthenberg,
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell,
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr,
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
7-9, Your Honor.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. See, sir.
No report, we do have an executive session.
Administration.
Just one item, right before we got to this meeting, I've sent an email with the agenda for Thursday. We will have it's a single item agenda for the 2026 appropriation. Right, so we'll have as much time and we'll have department heads available as well as Mark and myself and Lauren Fulgraff from Casberic. Plan to have the actual appropriation draft to you by tomorrow afternoon at the latest. We got our engineering numbers today, so we didn't want to rush. Yeah, part of the big product. It will be a draft, but we want to get it as close to the mark as we can. So in order to make sure we had all of our I's dotted, T's crossed, we plan to have something emailed to you by tomorrow afternoon for review and then further discussion on Thursday, which, and then just a reminder on the schedule, we would move towards a March 10th passage of the appropriation to get it into Q1 as legally required. That's all for me, unless you have any questions.
Any questions? Thank you. Aldermanic announcements, reports, and comments. Alderman Roll.
Thank you, Mayor. I did just have a comment, an update concerning Flock Systems, a company with whom we operate a network of surveillance cameras. A couple of bits in the news. First, we've recently hired a world-famous security firm to review and overhaul their products and identifying security flaws that have recently been highlighted by the InfoSec community. It should be noted, a lot of these vulnerabilities stem from the actual design of the devices themselves. So addressing them would take significant investments in time and money, should the company even choose to. It was also announced recently that Amazon, the owner of Ring, would be partnering with Flock Safety, allowing devices like home security cameras and doorbells made by Ring to be networked with existing Flock surveillance networks as well as with each other. Those networks could potentially be accessible to law enforcement. I have for months now warned this council publicly and in private of the dangers in using these devices. I've warned of how even if our own police department operates these devices within the law, these vulnerabilities can be utilized by entities outside of our purview to locate where people work, where they pick up their children from school, or whether or not they are home. It should be obvious right now why that is critically important. And tonight, I want to underscore accountability. Because when we partner with a private company, what we gain in capability or expertise is often a trade-off with accountability. We cannot tell this company how to conduct their security reviews or how to build their products, or whether or not to sell the data that they collect from us. And for many people, that's data that is collected without their awareness or their approval. So whatever each of you may think of AI surveillance, whether or not you wish personally to continue to uphold these technologies without sufficient guardrails, we here are accountable to the public. And what we vote on, what we choose to support, is something that we are justifiable to the community for. So I would like to once again ask this council to join me in ending our contract with Flock Safety until we have conducted sufficient review before the public. So then I'd like that added as an agenda item, please, for the next regular meeting. Thank you.
Yeah, Alderman Farrell.
Thank you. Just in addition to what I was going to say, I do still agree with Alderman Roll. I would like to say, we've been fortunate here that we haven't been the target of masked federal agents careening through our town. I don't see no reason to think that won't happen in the future. And I think that when that does, and our residents realize how this technology is being used to target them, we will all be sorry that that happened. Okay, I also want to just talk for a minute about the hospital. I've seen, a number of good things in city council, and I've seen some bad things. So I'm gonna talk about one of the bad things right now. Maybe one of the worst things that I've ever seen in city council was how city council handled the closing of the hospital. At that time, we were presented, as we requested our then law firm to develop a offer from the hospital to give the hospital to us, along with as little as $2 million and perhaps as much as $5 million. That offer was provided to us on a very short notice basis as the hospital was about to close. We had an opportunity to at least discuss it until that option was simply cut off. A meeting that was scheduled to happen to discuss that was cut off. And at that discussion, who knows what we would have decided? We might have decided, some people said, we don't want the hospital as a liability. We don't know. We'll never know, because we never got that opportunity. And it really is one of the worst things I've ever seen happen in this body. This past week, I saw an announcement by Flossmoor has just landed a world-class film production studio on city-owned land. As we will probably all remember, we've had a number of very nice experiences with film production companies coming to town, so we're obviously on their radar. And again, I don't know whether we would have acquired the hospital land and what we would have done with it, but we didn't. And we certainly would have had a better chance maybe to have attracted this Flossmoor development, which is significant in scope and scale, and will be bringing, revenue and new residents and attention to Flossmoor for many years to come. And certainly it's not something that we will have. So, just maybe lesson learned. Thank you.
Alderman Johnson.
Yes, just wanted to reiterate about, Rick Fisk, passing away. But they have this, wake be on Friday at Hickey Funeral Home in Blue Island from 3 to 7. If you guys don't have like social media, now you know that I'm putting it out there if they on the TV, that if they wanted to attend, they could.
Thank you. And if there are aldermanic comments? Now we need a motion to go to executive. A motion? Alderman Ruthenberg, second by Alderman Johnson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Need a motion to reconvene regular session. Alderman Roll, second by Alderman Johnson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Executive, we talked about employment matters and imminent probable litigation. Is there a motion to adjourn?